Hello again folks. In this video I'm going to be carrying out another repair on my Razer Naga 2014 mouse. You may have seen one of my previous videos where I replaced the USB lead on this mouse, and since I've done that it's been working flawlessly, apart from another fault that the mouse has actually developed, and that fault is with the rotary encoder. If I'm on a web page or anything like that and I'm scrolling down the page does not move smoothly as you'd expect. It's quite jittery, quite glitchy, and that's all the symptoms of a rotary encoder that's on its way out. So I thought in this video would make that repair and get the mouse back up to working order. Of course, it's sod's law that I've been in here and already done a repair. It would have been nice if all these faults had happened at the same time. But hopefully this will be the last thing I have to do with it. Although, knowing my luck, in a couple of weeks' time, the buttons will need replacing or something like that. But yeah, we'll go ahead and do this repair. I got these parts from AliExpress. As you can see, it's slider encoder, $1.88 from China. Interestingly, this came from China, then went to Vienna in Austria, and came to me. And it came in about, I think about 3 weeks. Yeah, the cost, I think I paid about £1.89, so not too far off what the described value is. And I actually got two for that price. These are the parts here. There's the SKU code if you want to look it up. And yeah, just two small rotary encoders, quite tiny. I think they're about 8mm square, something like that. So we'll go into the mouse. Before I do anything, I'm going to tidy this cable up just so it's not in our way. Top tip for you as well, if I just grab it out. This stuff's great. You get it on Amazon for about, I think it's about £5 for about 1,000,000 miles of this stuff. It's just garden, I think it's advertised as garden tie wrap or something, but it's the same kind of stuff you get on every electronic product when you unbox it. It's just quite handy to have a reel of it lying around for doing what I've just done there, you know, tidying up wires, etc. So if you've not seen my previous video, the way we get into the Razer Naga 2014, and pretty much all Razer mice, is underneath these sort of Teflon pads. And what you're going to need is a sharp knife, and you're just going to slide that under the pad and gently lift it up. Now these pads are still in quite good condition, so I'm going to attempt to reuse them if I can. That's probably not going to be the case. As you can see, the self-adhesive backing has torn off, so I'm probably just going to replace those. I did get a spare set, you know, when I bought the parts for the previous repair. So there's quite a lot of that adhesive has stuck to the back, and as always, or as I did in my previous video, if you just use the adhesive that's on the back of the pad, you can sort of blot it up, isn't the word, but you know what I mean, you sort of use it to tear it off. I think I will probably pause the video and do that in a second, but let's take off the bottom pad. And as you can see, it's come clean off the back of the pad and left all the adhesive on there, so that's not ideal. So I'll pause the video just now, get that cleaned up, and then we'll continue with the repair. Bear with me just a moment. Right, welcome back. I just thought I'd restart it. It's actually come off very easily. I just picked it at one side, and as you can see, it just rolls off rather cleanly. Just get that last little bit there. It's come off not too bad at all, has it? Right, I did get an alcohol wipe. I suspect this is completely dry. Yep, because there was a small hole in the packaging. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my big bottle of IPA, isopropyl alcohol. Interestingly, with the current situation, shall we say, this has gone up in price quite a lot, rather disappointingly. I've got plenty in reserve, but I think a lot of people are using this to make alcohol hand washing, such like hand gels and stuff like that, which of course is an excellent use for it, but just a little bit disappointing that companies are putting the prices up. Not necessarily Hexio, who I get mine from, but I have noticed on eBay that it is going up in price. So let's just clean the last remnants of that adhesive off there. I'll just give this a little dry off. And that's us, nice and clean, ready to go. Okay, moving swiftly along, let's get a screwdriver and take out these 4 screws that hold the 2 halves of the shell together. It's quite good that, I mean, this was a fairly expensive mouse when new, but it's quite good that you can get replacement parts for it. So there we go. How do we get that off again? There we go. So the top half, if I remember rightly, just lifts off, and then we've got the interconnect there for the buttons, just in that little connector. So take that off there, and then the sides will then come off. Don't really need to take them off, but we'll do it in this instance. And then we'll just take up this 0 insertion force connector, remove that ribbon cable, and then just place that, press the retainer down just so it doesn't get damaged. So if we look in here, you can see this is where our rotary encoder is. So I'm just going to take off, or take out I should say, this screw here, which retains that PCB. And in fact, I'm not even going to bother disconnect it, I'll just leave that sit to one side. And then once we've taken that off, we should then be able to unclip the encoder from its housing. Then disconnect the cable, and as you can see, there is our rotary encoder there, and that's just slipped on there with a small hexagon shaped pin on the wheel. Now the key thing here is to obviously check that the wiring is the same. So we'll compare the 2 parts before we install. Okay, so as we can see, the wires are straight through with black on the bottom if we've got this tab at the top. So those are the same connector, same length. I'm sure you'll agree those are identical parts. So we'll take my new one and we will install it on the spindle. Now what I should have done was take a note of which way that went on. So bear with me, I'm going to do some jiggery pokery and just double check the way it's gone. 2 seconds. Right, welcome back. Sorry about that. I feel like a bit of an idiot for not taking note of the orientation. But the information I needed was on the moulding. I don't know if you can see that, just the tip of the screwdriver. You can see that sort of lighter sort of rectangle. That's actually a hole, which if I do this, you might actually be able to see the tip of the screwdriver underneath. Vaguely. But that is where that little tab at the top of the encoder goes, so it slides in that orientation. So the black goes towards the where the wheel would be located, and the silver tab faces down into the mouse. So let's finally assemble it. So we're going to pop it on like so. Remember, the black goes towards the black of the wheel, and the silver tab will then face down the way. Does that make sense? There we go. So we're just going to pop that down, give it a little click into place, and that's it located. So all we're going to do now is hook up our encoder. Now hopefully this plug should fit. Like so, and we just want to make sure that the wire is away from everything else. So we'll put our little PCB back. This is the illumination for the wheel. It goes in there like so. There's a little locating peg. Where did the screw go for that? Oh, everything's going wrong. Here it is here. So we'll just pop that back back in there. Yeah, so make sure you get the little locating peg lined up. That's nice. And then it's just a case of reassembly. So what we'll do first is we'll pop the side on. So reverse of what we did, we'll lift up the retaining lug on the zero insertion force connector there. We will pop the cable in. Just let me check what way this goes. Like so. And put it in so you can't see any blue. You might see a little bit of blue on the end of the connector. And then that goes in there like so. We'll then pop the other side on. Get it the right way around. Just check that at the bottom. There we go. And the last thing to do is pop the top on, remembering to replace that connector, that interconnecting lead to the buttons on the top of the mouse. Once those two are together, once the connectors together I should say, then it should just be a case of popping it all back together, make sure there's no wide open gaps, like so, and then replace the screws. There we go. So I hope you're all keeping well around the world with this COVID-19 malarkey. Hopefully we'll all be good soon, fingers crossed. And the last screw going in, and that's our mouse back together. Okay, so the very last thing we do before we test it is to replace the stickers, the little Teflon feet. So just remove them from the backing of the paper. There we go, there's one on. Put this diamond shaped one on. Perfect. And then this half circle shaped one at the bottom. And don't push it down until you've made sure it's fully in place, you know, aligned correctly. But that looks good enough to me. And if you recall from the last video, if you haven't seen it, there was little protective coverings on these pads just to protect that Teflon surface. So you just take them off again with a sharp knife. Taking care, of course, not to scratch the surface. One final application of some pressure just to make sure that's stuck down properly. And there we go. That is our rotary encoder changed. And it does seem to feel a little bit better. I'll just pause the video momentarily and just double check it's working and then report back to you and finish up the video. Right, welcome back. I am pleased to report that that is working. It's absolutely night and day from what it is, or what it was I should say. Yeah, really pleased with that. When I was getting to the bottom of a page, and it's, you know, specifically when I was getting to the bottom of a page, scrolling down, it was just going all over the place. So that's really good that it's working. I thought it'd be interesting to have a quick look inside this encoder before we finish up the video. It's just got little heat stakes here that have been melted. Little plastic heat stakes been melted across the metal to retain or secure that top cover. So all I'm doing here is very carefully cutting those off with a sharp knife, and that top cover should just pop off. Now, as you can see in here, we've got a small metal, would you call it a D10 or whatever? That's what gives it this stepped feel when you're scrolling, and all that's doing is appears to be pushing on the indentations on the little green cam, or you know, the rotating part. Let's just lift that out now. Just use the knife to sort of cut into it and pull it out. And there, as they say, is your problem. I don't know how well this is going to look, but that is disgusting in there, and it looks possibly like the tracks have actually worn through on the rotating part there. You can see it's pretty dirty, just a bit of corrosion, and it's worn metal particles, that sort of stuff. It's just gunked up with there's probably a light grease in there, which is just basically caused it to turn into an abrasive and eventually wear it out. So, right, rambling on as I always do. That was a reasonably quick repair on the Razer Naga 2014 mouse. Like I say, so far we've replaced the cable and the rotary encoder, so no doubt I will have to replace the push buttons at some point. If I do need to do that, of course I'll do another video, and hopefully it'll help one of you out. As I said before, nice to know that you can get replacement parts for what is a fairly expensive mouse and keep you going, let's say, after 6 years or so on this one. Well, guys and girls, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, or it helped you out, of course, give me a thumbs up. If you thought it was a load of rubbish, give me a thumbs down. If you haven't already done so, and you'd like to consider doing so, click on the fat head down here. And yeah, we'll catch you again in the next one. As always, take care of yourselves, and all the best.